Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It's a beautiful, a bit sunny, but kind of freezy morning in Vienna. Happy to see so many people in Vienna. I guess we're gonna be seeing each other tomorrow, also in person, and the day after tomorrow. And also welcome to one person from Germany. Thank you for sharing, guys. We have today in the call with me my colleague Mona, and she cannot change her name, so I'm appearing twice, but I am two different people, just in case. And we also have a host. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today at Stream 2 at DACH 25.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for the introduction. So I think we can start, right? We have 12 people in the room already. Should we start or should we give it a moment?
I guess it's up to you. Do you want to give it a few more minutes or start now?
Yeah, I think I can slowly share my screen and start loading the presentation. And if you will have more people joining, then they can see the recording also. So there will be recording, right? We are recording this.
Yes. So,
Okay.
everyone, please allow me to introduce Kasia Sadowska. She is the founder of Future Habits and the business partner of Chameleon.ai. Her session is titled Build Your MVP, Minimal Viable Product or Prototype in 90 minutes. So, everyone, please welcome to the stage, Kasia. The floor is yours.
Thank you for introduction. I don't know what's your name because you're showing up as support, but thank you for the introduction. Sorry, what?
Oliveira.
Olivera. Nice to meet you, Olivera, and thank you for the beautiful introduction. So we will start right now. We have more people and more people coming. Let me share my screen. Okay, so now you are seeing the screen, but probably not yet in the presentation mode. Let me check this. Present. I think now it should be in the presentation mode. Mona, can you confirm? Because everyone else is camera off, so I'm not. Okay, perfect. So hi, good morning, welcome. This session in the Stream 2 will be about turning your ideas into working MVPs in just approximately 90 minutes. Very not technical workshop, hands-on workshop where you can also build alongside me and Mona. And we're gonna start with a short round of introduction. So thank you for the introduction. I am already introduced. I will not repeat that. My name is Kasia Sadowska, and together with me in the call, we have Mona, who will be supporting me with the AI model connectivity and training. Mona, maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yes, hello everyone. Yeah, my name is Mona and I'm a developer. More than 15 years I was developer and recently I'm working in AI project and happy to see all you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mona. So to Mona, we're gonna come back a bit later, but I will move on with the presentation. We also have our contact details, so if you would like to reach out to us, we will also share in the chat. Mona will share in a moment our LinkedIn details, so you can connect with us on LinkedIn as well. But let's kick it off. So what's gonna happen today? Today, we're gonna explore a few different tools with a bigger focus on Lovable. We're gonna have a try on planning how to build your AI product or not AI. We'll be showing an example with an AI, but it doesn't necessarily has to be an AI, right? The AI use case should be justified. So if you don't have an idea with AI product, it's okay. You just build it how you think it should be done. It doesn't need to be with AI. We will talk a bit about prompt engineering because regardless of the tool you are using, the key to success is actually prompt engineering and improving your prompts. We will also build an example app with Lovable. We will talk a bit how to connect OpenAI models with some training with the instructions and documents. And at the end, we will have Q&A session. So let's start. Before we start, maybe you can tell me in the chat. I'm not seeing chat right now, but Mona is seeing, so she can see if you are texting or not. Maybe you can tell me if you already are familiar with Lovable or any other vibe coding AI tools to build applications. And while you are chatting in the chat, I will also mention a few base terminologies because we are coming from different backgrounds sometimes. And what I noticed, it's good to have everyone on the same picture. So what I am referring to as MVP, minimal viable product, is the simplest version of our product, of our software that already allows us to collect some feedback and share this product with users. Rapid prototyping, it's a quick way of checking different versions of our prototype without investing too much money and too much time into building different versions. UI is the visual aspect of our application, everything what we are seeing, so button colors, text. UX, the whole experience. And last term, we have production application. This is the full-scale application that we are launching into our customers. We are giving access to broader audience. It's not an MVP anymore. Yeah, so that's about the terminology. If we have any questions, Mona, please let me know because I am not seeing the chat anymore at the moment. But I am assuming we don't have any, so I will just continue. So, as I mentioned for today, we're gonna be learning Lovable. But to give you a broader perspective on Lovable and other AI-powered tools for product development and ideation, I would like to present a process where you can do all these stages, which were before taking a bit of time. You needed a lot of different experts with different skill sets to actually complete them. And now with different AI tools, you can have all in one basically. Starting with Uizard. Uizard is a tool like Figma. Most of you probably know Figma, even if you did not work with Figma, probably you heard about it. Figma is a tool for building user interfaces. It's quite robust. You can build almost anything in Figma. You can build clickable dummies, mockups, but requires some knowledge from design perspective. While Uizard is an AI-powered application for building user interfaces, where you just describe in 300 characters what you are building with no specific data or no specific requirements. And Uizard can create you an app which is actually also having all the interaction, and you can have the click-through experience. So if you are just looking for something to visualize your idea, Uizard might be a good solution. If you already have something more concrete, some more precise idea, you can use Lovable to actually not only build the visuals of your application, but also implement the workflow, the business logic, the whole backend. So Lovable, great for building MVPs, but not only. You can actually, I see people launching full-scale websites with it, small web shops, small AI-powered agents, and so on. And for scaling it, and it's also pretty well connected, you can move your Lovable build app to Replit. And with Replit, you have more control about your programming languages for backend and frontend. You can also invite other developers to collaborate with you, and you can use Replit for scaling because Replit is more as a development ecosystem than just an AI-powered builder. But you can start with actually having your Lovable app and then move it to Replit. That's also possible. So where to use each tool? As I mentioned, Uizard for fast prototyping without any necessary UI UX knowledge required. You can start basically in seconds by describing in your own words what you are building. If you have something more precise and you would like to fast prototype it, you can use tool like Lovable. And it's a good tool for product managers trying out new features, trying out new products, designers, also startup funders. I am also running the Funder Institute Austrian. It's a startup incubation program, and many of our funders are actually building currently with Lovable their MVPs. So it's a real tool helping you build and launch real application. And last one, Replit. Comparing to Lovable, Replit gives you full coding environment with a real-time collaboration, supports both front-end, back-end development, and has integrated AI coding assistant. I think in the shared, so maybe, yeah, we can go to this, so you can either scan the QR code, or Mona will also share the link for our Vibe Coding Essentials. So under this link, you will have product requirements template, product requirements example filled in for a specific app that we will be using as our demo app for today, and some free credits. I use my own sharing account, so if you are signing up with those accounts, you can simply have I think few credits. So for Lovable, normally you have 5 credits per day. With if you sign up through the link, you get 10 extra. So a bit more to play around. Mona will also share this link in the WhatsApp, so either scanning the QR code or accessing it through the chat. But coming back to our prompting essentials. So as I mentioned before, regardless of the tool that you are using, the key to success is your prompting. So the more specific and the more clear your prompt will be, the more happy you will be with your outcomes. And here I would first would like to bring you up with just standard prompt that you can use for any tool, including ChatGPT. So I used a clear kind of explanation how different aspects of the prompt should be called, but you don't necessarily have to use this structure. You can use something else. But what's important is to have a context, who we are and what the situation is or why we need this output, lens, the perspective, tone, or the role that ChatGPT should take, or in this case, it doesn't need to be ChatGPT, it works with any AI models. It can be also Gemini or Cloud. Expectations, what output we are expecting from AI. So list, article, code, table, framework, right? This is very important. If we don't tell the expectation, most likely we're gonna get some text. But we can get many other formats, including now documents, right? We can get a Word document or even PowerPoint presentation. Action, the task insert. So we are describing here what exactly we need, being it help me fine-tune my Lovable prompt to get better outcomes by building my app, summarize PDF, compare to documents, draft an article, reframe, and so on. And last one, refinement. So here we are adding any extra information like extra constraints, word count. This is very important for tools like Uizard, because Uizard is allowing you to only use 300 characters. So you can use tools like ChatGPT or Gemini to actually help you optimize your prompt to have exactly this length. This is an overall template for the prompts. You can use it for any tool, but for us today, we're gonna be focusing on something which is helping while you are using AI product builders, or actually while you are building products. It's good to have a plan what you are building, and especially with AI. Because first thing, credits are the gold of our era, so the credits are going very fast and very quick. And if you have a better plan, more clarity on what you are building, it's good to have some structured way how you want to approach building. And for that, you can use anything, right? You can start with your customer requirement documents. You can start with product documents, product briefs. For today's session, I will be showing you how to do that with the product requirements document. I shared the template. I think Mona already shared this. Okay, she's saying yes. So there's a link in the chat. You can download the document, and you can also try it out with me. So what's gonna happen now, I will stop sharing and check the chat if there is some questions. Okay, so some people know already Lovable, but did not use it. Okay, cool. So we're gonna be learning more about Lovable today. But first, I would like to start with actually planning how we are building something with Lovable. So we're gonna go to ChatGPT.
I'm sorry to briefly interrupt, Kasia. There is a question in the chat about where you are sending the materials.
Okay, so the materials are actually, most of them are shared under this link that Mona just shared. And I think only presentation is not there, but if you download the materials, okay, so maybe I can resend the link. So link is here. I think if you just joined, and now I see more people. So hello, good morning, everyone. Now we have more people. I'm not sure when did you join, but I will just repeat again what's going to happen right now. Right now, we have a link in the chat where I have shared some templates. And what's happening right now, we are taking the template called PRD, Product Requirement Document, and we will be using it to actually build our application. And this document helps us get clarity on what we are building to have better outcomes while using Lovable and overall any AI product, AI app builder. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so now probably it's very small, everything. Can you see, can you read on the screen or not really? Mona, can you please confirm if it's visible or should we?
Yeah, kind
It's
of.
okay. Kinda. Okay, let's try it then. I will be talking to all the steps that we are doing here, so it should work. Okay, so we will be using ChatGPT to help us build our product requirements document. You can also call it product brief. It's your plan, what you are building, starting with your vision. How is your vision for the product, with your audience, who will be your users, and so on. What I will be doing, I will be using ChatGPT 5 probably for that, the auto model. I won't be using any trained GPTs for that. You can do that. So there are few product-related GPTs. You can always go here to explore. And the one that I'm sometimes using is, I think, called Product GPT.
Sorry, Kasia, before moving on, someone asked, do you need a license to use these tools or is there a free version? It's better to speak a little about this topic as well.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So thank you, Mona. That's a good question. So starting with the tool that we are having right now with ChatGPT, if you would like to just access ChatGPT, it's for free, but the free version, I think, has no access or limited access to those trained GPTs. So trained GPTs are chats trained by other people, and this can give you quite good examples. If you take, for example, like Product GPT, I think... Yes, one of those I was using. I think this one. It can give you a bit better product related. It can answer your product related questions a bit better than a standard GPT. But if you don't have a paid license, you can just use the normal ChatGPT window without the trained chat, and this will also work. That's regarding ChatGPT. Regarding the other tools that I was presenting today, so we had, let me open maybe again the presentation, stop sharing, and I can open the slides so it's visible. Okay, so we are back to the tools. So Uizard, it has a free version with limited amount of credits. So I think it's enough to build, I think, 3 prototypes. You can do that with Uizard. But if you want to do more, you would need to buy a license. So through this link that Mona shared with you all, you can get 20% discount on the Pro account. Lovable. Lovable is actually pretty good on the freemium version. Just with a free version, everyone will be able to see your project because it's published to the general audience. Which, if you are not building anything top secret, it's okay because actually you want your app to be found by other people and you want to share it with everyone else. Just there is a limit on credits. So you have 5 credits per day, which are always refilled, I think, at midnight. So if you are quite good with prompting, these 5 credits can be enough for you to build an app. If you need to take a few tries on back and forth, you will need to wait until the next day, and it might take you a week to build one application. But it's possible to do it fully without paying. Replit, as I remember, has a freemium version, I think for 2 weeks or for a month. But at some point, you also you have to start paying. So that's about the tools. Let me go back to ChatGPT. Okay, so again, what's happening now? I am using ChatGPT. I am uploading the template document called PRD. And this one has a prompt already. So normally when I'm uploading it, ChatGPT should understand what I am trying to achieve here. Yeah. And you can see, got it. Your uploaded PRD document is full AI interactive PRD builder template. And it's actually asking me what you would like me to do. Yes, so we actually want to fill this in. Okay, and here we have the steps. So in this document, I have the prompt that ChatGPT or actually any other AI should ask us questions regarding our product to help us have clarity what we are building. And it always starts with the product idea. So now I won't be typing. I actually have a cheat sheet. I have this filled in already, so I will be copy pasting some answers. So it's a bit faster. But you can try it out together with me and you can see how far you will get with your answers. Okay, so it says that we have captured the problem beautifully. It's actually pretty friendly. Now we would need to have, okay, do we want to have it? Do we want to change our own version or not? Okay, so we can just keep it like it is. Okay, and let's see if we are getting asked the next question. Okay, so here it's actually repeating the step 1. Now we have the problem statement. Okay, so we are sharing our problem. I will actually share a bit more. So I will share the problem statement and a bit more text. And let's see how far it will get. Okay, so here you can see that excellent. We already covered step 2 and step 1. So the goal with this task is to use this prompt that we shared and then answer with ChatGPT all the questions regarding your idea to help you gain some clarity. And at the end, this will help you also build better prompts for AI builders, being it AI UI builder like the Uizard or Replit or Lovable. So I recommend to always use an AI to help you out, build up your product requirement document if you are planning to use AI further to build it. And After finalizing it, like you see that it's still asking me questions about the audience, my secondary users, and so on. I won't be answering all the questions to save some time and move on to the more exciting part about building. But if you are curious, you can just try to answer all the questions for your idea, for your dream app, and try to build it following the steps that I will be doing today. So this is the product requirements documents. I won't be finalizing this. If you are curious to see how the document will look like, you can see the field version in the, I think it's called Digital Nomad web application template. You also have the field in version already with answers done with actually ChatGPT. What I also recommend to do, sometimes AI can produce some outcomes which are not really true. And to check if one AI is not hallucinating too much or not giving us too many fake facts, we can always try with another AI. So if I would create this document with ChatGPT, I would then take another model like Gemini, upload it to Gemini and ask for critical assessment to analyze some gaps and answer the questions about those gaps. And after running these few iterations, you're going to have a beautiful product requirements document that you can use to build your applications. Okay, but that's enough about the documents and answering questions. Now we're going to move on to more exciting part, which is actually building with Lovable. So I will share my screen again in a moment. Okay, here we go. So now you should be able to see Lovable interface. And I have a paid version, so I'm here logged in. But if you go to lovable.dev, I think you can start even without an account. At some point, Lovable will, I think, prompt you to create an account. And if you sign up through the link that was shared with you in your Vibe Coding Essentials, you can get 10 credits extra to the 5 credits that you are already having. Okay, but let's get into building. So again, I have a prompt prepared which I have built exactly in the process I described to you. I used my product requirements document and then I prompt ChatGPT to help me write my prompt optimized for Lovable. I will upload this prompt now and then I will tell you steps. Okay, trying to make it a bit bigger. So here I'm starting with, I want to create an AI-powered web application. You can build web application, you cannot build mobile applications. People are always asking about mobile applications. The only thing which is close to mobile experience you can get with Lovable would be the progressive web app, the PWA. And you can also build it with Lovable. It gets a bit buggy and it gets a bit slower when you are trying to build it, but it's possible. And then you can download it on your mobile phone and you can have kind of the same experience as a native mobile application. But publishing something for Android shop or the Apple shop, it's not really possible. Then when we have the type of the application specified, we are adding the name. Our app will be called a Nomad Guide. It's an app helping digital nomads travel and book activities in Poland. For the MVP, I specified that we are focusing only on the 4 cities. It's important to have some scope for Lovable so it does not create empty spaces and empty pages. And what else? I have also mentioned which pages should be created, which exact pages should be created. You don't need to do that. You can just share your vision and what product should do. And Lovable will figure it out for you. But if you have an idea about specific pages and components, you can describe it and then it will be built exactly in the way that you described it. What's also important, any styling requirements, right? So I just have use warm, minimalist, aesthetic style, white background, typography. if you don't specify it, Lovable will choose something which it thinks is the best. What else do we have here? Yeah, I think that's it. Let's try to build this and we will see how it goes. Also, you have this prompt in the document called prompts DSC DACH. Okay, and now Lovable sometimes can take 10 minutes, sometimes can take half an hour, sometimes it's just a few seconds that it's already speeding up application. But
okay, meanwhile, sorry, Kasia, someone asked, which coding tools would you recommend, especially for mobile apps?
Great question. Which coding tools? I think you would need to use coding assistants like Cloud for coding and the not really no-code tools, but really like AI assistants for coding. So Cloud is pretty good at coding. I think GitHub, I was using the GitHub one. It's also pretty good with trying to fix some bugs. It's more like a junior assistant. It cannot really act as a senior. You have to really be very careful what you are doing there. But definitely not Lovable. No, Lovable will not help you build mobile apps. I think with Replit might be possible. I never tried that, but I think it could be possible. Okay, thank you for the question, Mona. Is there anything else?
No. Oh yeah, Cursor. Someone asked some tools.
Yeah, Cursor is also
Yes,
it's
Cursor.
more or less.
Yeah, Cloud Code. Yes, and also I use Bolt for actually it's better for UI, not for the backend. It's good for frontend. Bolt.new. It's good tools for creating something that is helpful for web app or mobile app. Yes, please.
Yeah. Exactly. So there is quite a few of them. I always recommend Lovable because Lovable is a European startup, and if you want to support European tech, yeah, Lovable it's our alternative. But there is quite a few actually. Yes, yes, indeed. Okay, then while Lovable is building our application, I will walk you through the interface because some people mentioned that you never use Lovable. So how Lovable works, it's actually also pretty funny because I am using it for a year already and it's changed so much that whenever I have this workshop, I always have to relearn everything. So the new version of Lovable has a very good integrated backend with Superbase, which you can activate from here, from this button. But before it used to be possible only to integrate it through here. Nowadays, you can also do it through the chat command box here, just with the describing what you are building. Lovable agent will be helping you complete all the steps, and it's actually really describing in a very user-friendly way. You don't need to answer any technical questions. So here we already have, it's asking us to enable Cloud. Cloud is the Lovable build backend, which is mostly using actually Superbase, but it's you can do all the actions to build your backend through this chat here, chat window here. Okay, and now let me check if I have any other prompts to allow. So Lovable will be asking you to allow some stuff, for example, to connect the backend, to enable the cloud. You need to allow this to happen, and when you click allow, it will continue building. And how to use this user interface. So first thing, here you have this small chat version, not version button. If you click on it, you can ask a question, which is just a question. It's not really building anything, but you can ask Lovable agent, for example, which API integrations you're supporting, and it will give you a list of all the API integrations it can be done here. It's why is it better to do it this way? Because it's actually not consuming as many credits as using this window here. So if you just have a question, you can enable this function and ask it the question. And as far as I remember, this is powered by OpenAI models. as well of most of the code building capabilities are also from OpenAI models. But recently, I think it's also Cloud Sonnet. They're trying to integrate Cloud Sonnet for building codes. So, as I mentioned, it's changing quite fast. And another cool update from Lovable is that you can also have AI models integrated directly into your application through this window. So you don't need to purchase any other accounts. You don't need to create an account with OpenAI, like it used to be, which will show you anyway how to do that. Mona will be talking a bit about that a bit later. But you can do all these actions also through this chat window. Okay, our app is taking some time. But we can also, what else? You can also integrate your application with GitHub. You can sync your project into GitHub. And then if you are familiar with GitHub, you can actually use GitHub to edit the code and publish it back to Lovable. That's also possible. To publish your app, you just click on this blue button, Publish. And what's also cool with Lovable, you can connect your own domains. So if you purchase a domain for your company with your company name, you can connect your own domain and you can have your app under your own name. If you don't have a domain yet, it's also totally fine. You can use the lovable.dev/your project name domain for the time being until you don't have a domain. What else is useful here? Here is the code version, so you can always switch between code and the overview of the application. At the moment, it's not yet showing anything because it's still building. And here we have our backend cloud. Yeah, I think until this will finish, we could move on to Mona, to your section and start with OpenAI.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the moment Mona will take over, we'll show you how to create OpenAI assistants with OpenAI platform. And we will come back to Lovable in a moment when it's building a bit more. Okay, off to you, Mona.
Thank you. May I? Yes, thank you. So let me share my screen first. Just a second, sorry. Yes, that's it. Yes. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay. Let me start just to make sure. So hello, everyone. My name is Mona, and hello from London. And I'm a software developer, and I have a fintech background, and I was working on banking project, and now focus on AI and Python. And today I want to introduce OpenAI platform to you. You can create an account in this platform with your Google account, and when you log into this platform, you can see that there are some options on the left side. For example, chat, agent builder, which is a new one, and audio, image, and assistant. Today we want to work with assistant. If you click on assistant, you can see that you can create, just a second, you can click on create button and go through your assistant. To save time, I created an assistant, and you can see that. Let me show you. Yes. And I created before, and now I just click on edit, and it's same as when you create a new one. When you create a new one, you need to put your name here. And also, for example, I put this name for this assistant, and I should say that OpenAI platform is a fantastic resource of experimenting with AI models. The first thing, as you can see here, is the system instruction. System instruction, think of this as the permanent personality and rules for your assistant, and it's where you set the overall behavior, and including tone, rules, for example, be friendly and casual, or be formal, or never answer legal questions, and also always summarize in bullet point. And sometimes you can set some another aspects like special knowledge boundaries, only answer based on uploaded file. And this instruction is always applied before any user messages, so it guides every responses. So here, why my computer is okay. Here, if I click on this button, as you can see, you can insert your system instruction or edit it. And also there is an AI here. If you click on generate, you can ask AI to improve your system instruction. And as Kasia mentioned, for saving time, we created in advance a system instruction, for example, and we set JSON format for it, but you can write text, doesn't matter. And we create something like the name and description, for example, assistant for digital in Nomade in Poland using the single verified data set, and whatever we wanted to have in our assistant, we set here and to copy and paste here. So the next one is model. There are different models in OpenAI. Each of them has its special feature. For example, GPT-4, most advanced, better at responding and more accurate. And GPT 3.5 Turbo, it's cheaper and good for simpler tasks like what we want to do today. And actually choosing a model depends on how complex the conversation is, and also your budget, speed, requirement. But my recommendation is use model 3.5 Turbo, as we're not supposed to use image or any heavy tasks. So, but if you click on it, you can see the list of models here. Let's move on. In tools part, we have some options, and we want to explain it. The first one is file search. That lets you your assistant search through uploaded documents to find relevant information before answering, and works by creating an embedding index. A kind of searchable map of the documents text. And how to use it, just click on upload file. You can upload PDF, docx, MD, and etc. Enable file searching assistant tools, and assistant will find relevant passage and use them in its answer. You can combine it with system instruction to make an assistant only answer from those files. For example, as you can see, there is a button here. You can enable and disable it, but here and today we want to enable it. And you can press a plus file here and upload your file from here. Upload and find your files from your system and then upload it. But before I do that, and as you can see, there is a vector here. Vector database is something that is unstructured database. Normally, we have a structured database and we store text and some information in databases. But here we have unstructured database because we have text, we have image, or maybe audio, whatever we have. So that's why in AI models and AI project, we use vector. And as you can see, my document convert to the vector, and this is here. And also there is a setting here that shows you how what is the default for your model that you choose above. For example, for GPT 3.5 Turbo. And also you can only upload five files, and also for GPT-4 you can upload 20 files. So let's move on, and the next one is code interpreter. Today we don't need it for a code interpreter, but it's better to know a little about it. Yes, just a second. Before moving, I want to say that the model never sees PDF layout or images like human does. When you upload a PDF to the Assistant API with file search, when you enable file search option, the system extracts the text from the file and store it into the search index and fit to the relevant text chunk to the model when you ask a question. What I'm trying to say is that if the PDF has image, charts, or a scan page without embedded text, GPT 3.5 Turbo cannot understand them. And you'd have to process the image yourself before upload. And finally, it's better to provide pure text to this model. So yeah, let's move on. Yeah, code interpreter. Lets the model, a code interpreter lets the model write and run code, usually in Python, and great for analyzing data and creating charts and doing complex calculation, processing files like CSV, Excel, JSON. And when you're setting up your assistant, turn the code interpreter option, and then you can upload file and model will work with them them using code. For example, if I enabled it and click on files, you can see that you can upload files here. Okay, but we don't need it for today. And the next option is function. Function lets you teach the model how and when to call an external function or API. For example, user says, what's the weather in London? And the model decided to call a get weather city function with London. And in your assistant setup, define your function in JSON format. It could be including name, description, parameter, data type, and the model will automatically decide when to call them. And as you can see, there is a sample here that you can see that there is name and also parameters and what else we need. And also you can press the generate. It's a AI assistant, and you can explain the AI what you need exactly, and the AI can write your function here. And also there are some examples here. For example, get weather, as I mentioned before, get weather description and the city as a parameters. But today we don't need it, and we can cancel it. Okay. And the next one is response format. Response format controls the shape of the model's output, useful when you need result in valid JSON or your app can read them easily, and want a fixed structure every time, like title plus description plus link. And you can set response format to the JSON or text, and JSON objects forces the model to return valid JSON. And there are three options, but today we want to leave it as a text. And finally, we have two parameters that AI behaviors is adjusted through key settings in OpenAI. And one of them is temperature. Temperature means creativity, and temperature controls how creative or precise the model's answer are. For example, a low temperature like 0.2 means that the model will give more predictable, consistent answers. And high temperature like 0.8 or 1 means the answer will be more creative and varied. However, bear in mind, high temperature often leads to hallucination, and hallucination is something that the response is not correct 100%. And you have to be careful about it and check the response in yourself. So another option is top P. It means originality is another way to control creativity, but instead of randomness, it looks at the probability of the next words. I mean, a low top P means the model will only choose from the most likely words, and a high top P means it can also pick less likely words, making the text more diverse. For example, imagine you ask your chatbot, what should I have for lunch today? And with low temperature and low P, it will say a sandwich. Each and every time you ask, you get the same response. But with high temperature and high top P, it might say a sandwich or sushi, I don't know, cheesecake and blah, blah. So yeah, that's it. And now I want to check it and ask some question about this assistant to make sure everything works well. And it's related to whatever I provided. So Kasia, can you help me to ask something related to the document, because I can't remember the details. But I remember the phonics, if I pronounce it correctly, city. But if you have something in your mind, you can help me to write it.
Sure, so we can ask it a simple question. Help me find an accommodation in Warsaw.
Okay, help me. Accommodation. Yes. So accommodation. So what was the rest?
In Warsaw, we can use the capital, in Warsaw.
Yeah. I hope I write it through.
Yeah, it's correct.
Yes. Okay, let's try it. Here this is my question, and here it's assistant code. Invention here, some accommodation option considering. Yes. Would you like more details? Or maybe I can ask, give me some information about city. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. And also I can force it to refer to the documents, for example, based on the documents I provide, you tell me about the because I want to show you something Yes. Sometimes, I don't know why, not right now, but sometimes it refers to your document and put some numbers here. It means where the AI finds this information based on your documents and refer it. Did you see that, for example, in Wikipedia, there are some numbers that you can refer to that information related to another pages, and you can click on it and find it. But not right now, I can see that. But last night I check it and it gives me a number. But it's a presentation and sometimes it happens. But as you can see, the AI tries to answer based on your documents and find the best answer based on your document that you uploaded. And also related to the system instruction, sorry. Yeah, you can check in the answers, and if you don't like it, you can provide more documents to be precise and also change the system instruction to be more to the point to answer your questions. Yes, I think that's it. And also, I think Lovable is answered, and we can join to the Kasia. Let me stop sharing.
Thank you, Mona. Yes, Lovable did answer indeed. So we have an app already. I see we have some questions, and we'll have time for the questions at the end. Okay, so I will reserve like 10 minutes at the end to answer the questions. But for the moment, we'll just move on with building our prototype. So as you can see, and this actually showed up directly when Mona started talking, so I think it was around 5 to 10 minutes Lovable took to build us this app. And we have a beautiful app with images which are AI generated as far as I see. They are not real images. Warsaw does not look like this, but it's a pretty image of Warsaw. We can click around here, also start our chat. But before we're gonna do that, I would like to add something on the model side. So before, meaning before 2 weeks ago, as I said, these tools are moving so fast that sometimes if you are not using it for a week, everything is changes. And that's the case with Lovable. They are moving very fast. 2 weeks ago, what Mona just showed you was the only way to connect an open AI model to Lovable. Nowadays, you can use it directly through Lovable chat, meaning this chat box here, and I will explain that in a moment. But there are some limitations. So you cannot adjust those settings that Mona was explaining. You cannot choose the model that Mona was showing to you, the 3.5, which is a bit cheaper in pricing. The integrated in Lovable models that you can use without any API keys, without additional accounts, are only those listed here. So we have actually 4 from Gemini and 3 from OpenAI, which are the newest ones. I think they are slightly more expensive than the older ones. So if you just need a text response, I don't think you need to use them. But to show you the full capability, how it can work, I will try to use now this one. So I will use the same instructions as Mona used for training the OpenAI directly in the OpenAI interface, but I will do it through this chat box in Lovable. So what I am prompting it here now is I'm telling that I would like to connect GPT-5 nano model. By default, it will always give you Gemini 2.5 Flash. This is by default. If you tell it just connect me with AI model, you will always get Gemini. If you want a more specific one, then you need to prompt it correctly. And I am asking it to integrate it to my Lovable to power my bot. And the bot should use the system instructions, so that's important. I have my instructions that Mona was showing you before. I will use the same instructions and I will use the same database. If you don't put any instructions, if you don't add a database, the bot will just look for the information online, which might be incorrect, and to avoid incorrect information, if you want to, in this case, recommend certain co-working spaces or certain cafes to work from, we will be using our database. So I am doing it in the way that here I am putting my prompt, and I can also, I think, yeah. Let me see if I can attach the documents. Or actually we can execute it. Let's see if this will actually ask me. Okay, it's actually referring to these two documents. So let's see if I can now connect them. Okay, here we have one, and that's the second one. Okay, and for a moment I cannot attach them. Let's do it again. I will refresh. Okay, adding the documents again. Okay, but see, we can see here that it's actually responded that it will connect the GPT-5 Nano. And I just need to attach the documents. But why I cannot paste it actually here. Okay, let's see if I have an option here. No. Normally I have an option to upload the documents here. Okay, I think. Yeah, so I did the screen a bit bigger to show you, so it's a bit closer, but then I covered actually a button. Okay, so if I just dropped it here in the chat, it's not working. I have to actually use the attach button. This one, and this is the second one. Yeah, and now it should work. Okay, now it worked. So you always have to do it through this plus here, and annotate and plus is actually overlapping with each other a bit. Okay, so let's see what's happening now. So we can see that it's copying the data files to the project in the backend, that we are connecting the GPT-5 Nano with Lovable. Yeah, this is all correct. All looks good. And you can see here that there is no API key needed. So for people who don't know what this is, this used to be the way to actually make the APIs between Lovable and OpenAI connect and talk to each other, or to make the systems talk to each other. You used to had to be able to generate this thing and learn what this is actually. These days, you don't need to do that. Lovable can handle this for you. And directly in this chat window, you have everything. Okay, so it's still working on something. Okay, so now it's still, so it's integrated and now it's copying all my instructions and the database that I provided into relevant parts of the backend, but you can see everything is happening in the chatbot. Lovable does everything. I don't really need to do anything here. So it's really super cool for non-technical people, not understanding the terms, what a secret is, what an API key is. You don't need to know that. If you want to use only those 5 recommended models, sorry, 6 recommended models, that's totally fine. If you need something more specific, then unfortunately you still need to do it through OpenAI platform or the Google console, where you have to create an account and then create an API key. Okay, so while my Lovable is thinking here, I think I should be able to still click around. So you can see that it has all the tabs that I actually prompted it to build. It has the feature with my trips, save trips, the profile feature, when you can actually save your preferences about the city where you want to stay, your travel lifestyle, quiet and focus, your budget, and so on. And when we land back on the home page, we have 2 ways, either to start my trip with the boat or to click on those cards with the cities. When I click on the card with the cities, exactly as I prompted, it provides the details about these 3 accommodations that we can have for staying, for working, and also for some activities what you can actually do in Warsaw. But I think those are generated by Lovable. I think I was not that specific about activities, so it actually provided something for us. Okay, let's see if we are done. Okay, so here we have a comment already that the GPT-5 Nano integration complete with streaming responses using your custom instructions. Okay, so this means that it's using our instructions. So now we're gonna go and check if it's actually doing that. So let's click start planning our trip. And here we have our bot. The name, you can actually simply edit it by clicking edit this function. Then you click on any element of interface that you would like to change, and you either edit it directly in the text field or you ask Lovable to help you edit that. So this is also a pretty cool function to edit anything. And if you are doing it manually, just typing in the new name for the bot, for example, no credits will be consumed. That's very important. The same thing with training your chatbot through OpenAI platform. No credits from Lovable will be consumed. So if you want to save on the credits, doing it through OpenAI and then connecting the API key, it's the way to save some credits. But if you don't care about the credits and you just want to have everything in this one chat box, then you can do everything from this chat box. Okay, I will go out of the edit function and we can now try to see if our bot is working. So let's ask it a question. Find me accommodation in Zakopane. Okay, let's see. Sometimes it's a bit slow. Normally, if it's spinning like this so long, this is an indicator that something went wrong with the integration, and you need to prompt Lovable again to fix it. As I said, this is a new feature. Oh, here we go. So actually it gave us, okay. So Here it's not so well responding the questions. We would need to work on training it because I just asked for the accommodation, but what I got the full answer. Maybe I should phrase my question differently so it would understand. I got the full answer for Zakopane. I got the recommendations to stay, co-working places where you can work from, with also, yeah, so it's actually also providing links. The links could be styled a bit better, as Mona mentioned, in the brackets and the sources 1, 2, 3. We can work on that, and the lifestyle recommendations. Let's see what else we can get from it. Now, plan a week to Zakopane. But you can see already that it's working. So it's referring exactly the accommodations and places to do co-working, like cafes and co-working places that we had in our documents. Also provides the links where to find them on either Google or where to find them directly on the websites. And no, it's not planning trips, it's just providing information about Zakopane. Okay, that's interesting. We can try a different city. Okay, so in this case, it actually provided just the information where to stay in Warsaw, and so on. So you test it, you can test it directly in the Lovable user interface. If you're unhappy with the results, you go to the chatbot here and you explain what exactly is not working and how you would like the chat to behave, or overall how the app should behave. So you can actually edit everything through this one chatbot window. Okay, and going back to some features on Lovable, here you can see that I can see actually my code, and actually I can really edit it here. So this is front end, but any text, any styling elements, you can actually edit them directly here, and the changes will be reflected. And doing it this way, it's also saving you some credits. So if you are trying to save credits, that's the way to do that. Additionally, if you would like to publish your page, your website or app, you can simply click here. And here you have some options to change, I think, the name. We can rename it. I will keep it this way. You can connect a custom domain. As I mentioned, if you have a domain bot for your solution, you can add it here. I won't be changing anything. I will just click publish and release this up to the world. So now anyone can actually see it and find it. Okay, here we go. So this is the link that you can then use to share your app with your friends, family, your early adopters, if it's a real prototype for testing. And what's really cool, you also have built-in analytics in Lovable. So it's analyzing performance of the website, accessibility, and SEO. Here we have actually, okay, we got an error. Maybe it's too early. Oh, no, actually we have some, so it gives us recommendations on what to improve, right? It gives us recommendations about the improve image delivery and some other things. And then you can, even more. Okay, look at this. You have quite a few things to improve. Probably from the SEO, because we have no information for SEO. Yeah, but Lovable, as you can see, all the recommendations are here. You don't need to use external tool to do that. And it also gives you, so this was speed and the performance of your application or website, but you can also have analytics about the users. So you can see here I already had some users, some people have seen the website, and all of them access it over a desktop, and they are from United States. So you can also have some basic user analytics, which is, I think, pretty cool without any additional tools. Okay, going back to the preview of the application. And I think we have 15 minutes left, so let's move on to the questions now. Unfortunately, I think I have to stop sharing so I can see the chat, or can I see the chat? Okay, I see it now. No, this is not really working this way. Let me stop sharing and then I can see the chat better. Okay, so we have one question, hands up. Okay, Gernot, I think you should be able to speak. You can ask your question. I don't have an option to unmute or mute someone, so you should be able to speak. If it's not possible to talk for you, then please just post the question in the chat. Okay, just a mistake. Okay, no worries. Okay, so let's go through the questions in the chat. First question from Fabian. When using Lovable, is it possible to retrieve, download the backend structure, including database for on-premise, or it's just the prototype strictly online hosted? Great question. Yes, you can do that. I think through GitHub, because if you connect GitHub here, you can connect a GitHub account and then you can move your code to GitHub, and then from GitHub, as far as I remember, you can actually export your application to have the files stored locally, and then you can also move it to your local coding environment and then run the application locally. How it will work, what the quality will be, I'm not sure, never tried that. Try it and let us know. Okay, next question from Stefan. Do I understand it correctly? You are connecting GPT-5 to Lovable through the chat window in Lovable. What for? That ChatGPT-5 can be used within Lovable, or that ChatGPT-5 can be used in the backend for the created app? Great question. So in this case, I was connecting the GPT-5 model to power my bot, right? As you remember, I will share it again. So this bot, our digital nomad concierge, a beautiful name for it, not a bot, but it's a bot at the end. It's it has to use a model. By default, if you prompt Lovable that I would like to build a bot giving advice for tourists in Poland, you will get it connected to Gemini 2.5 Flash. That's by default. But if you want to use a specific model, you need to do it in the way that I did it before here, app, that I actually prompted specifically to use GPT-5 Nano. Where was my prompt? Yeah, somewhere up there I had it here. So this prompt was not to use it in Lovable to build the code. This prompt was to actually power our bot. Lovable code is created mostly by actually GPT models. Now they are experimenting with Cloud Sonnet. I was trying to find the information which part of codes, but it's not yet that transparent which parts of the codes are created by each model. But they are playing around and trying to go into a multi-model approach where you can have the code built by a few different models, and also you can get direct support to integrate AI for your AI features directly from the chat. Okay, going back to the other questions. Is Lovable offering CMS support? For example, could we build WordPress website and continue maintaining it on our own? Not sure if I understand the question.
I think Lovable doesn't offer traditional CMS supports like WordPress. It's mainly for building web app prototype, not full CMS-based website. You can self-manage later. Yeah, I think I'm not sure. Maybe even with a paid version, Lovable doesn't work exactly like WordPress, but it does offer some CMS-like capabilities. You can build CMS-style apps inside the Lovable, and it can connect to Supabase for backend and database management, and you can export your project code via GitHub and maintain it on your own later. So I mean, while it's not a traditional CMS platform like WordPress, but you can still create and manage content driven apps with similar functionality, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, thank you, Mona. Yeah, I thought this question was about, so no, it does not give you this WordPress capabilities, but it's also way easier than WordPress. I was building a website on WordPress, and I think it was not a pleasant experience, to be honest. But just to give you a more tangible example, this is our Kimoleon website. It's actually built fully on Lovable, no other integrations, and every styling, everything was done in Lovable. You can see, you can look at this, right? And we also have those carousel elements, which not every builder is supporting. And this is all built in, and from kind of like a CMS function would be the blog part, where we actually upload our blogs from Lovable backend, meaning the Supabase or directly through the window. So it kind of gives you this opportunity, but it's not as fully robust as a WordPress built website. Or if you want to build a web shop, go to Shopify. Only if you have a few products, could be possible to build it on Lovable, because you can also have integrations with Stripe, and you can process payments directly. It's possible, but if you add too many options, either for buying stuff or too many blog posts, I think Lovable at some point just gets entangled and cannot continue anymore. Yes. Any other questions? Let me
There is one
check.
question in the chat.
Okay, I'm seeing it. So if we build the app in the Lovable platform and deploy it directly there, it means the account management, notification, and database for the app out of the box for us. Yes, exactly. So Lovable has integration with something called Supabase, which is all the database and backend logic, business logic, storage provider. And Supabase is not only for Lovable, you can also use it with other apps to connect it. And it used to be a bit more difficult because you had to have a separate account for Supabase. You had to manually perform some actions. These days, you can add everything through this chatbot. So in this case, what did you ask about? Account management and authentication. Our app has a profile, but we actually have no login page. So we can actually try to add it here. So you can see how it's done. I would like to. So we can add a notification and the user login page directly through the window. It's stored in your backend. So here, when I click on this
Sorry,
cloud.
Sorry to interrupt you. You have to share your screen to see it.
Sorry, I forgot this happens sometimes. Okay. So here we go again. I am sharing the backend of Lovable built on Supabase. You can see the database here. We did not have any database. The files that I attached are stored here in the Edge functions because I was attaching it only specifically for our chatbot. I did not add any other things like authentication or stuff like that. Users, you can also add users through this panel here. You can have multiple type of users, either being it, let's say, creator, or the other side, a learner, or something like this. Storage, all the files will be stored here. In this case, we don't have any files stored. If you would have something, it would show up here. So everything is, I think, pretty smooth, pretty easy to manage. Also for non-technical people, and you can add all these elements that you mentioned in the comment to be added. But it's always in Lovable, so this means that you cannot move it to other application. What you can do is to share your Lovable project with your colleagues, and you can even share it completely outside of your working space. You can change here to editor rights and create a link, and then a person can access your application through this link. But doing it in this way would mean that credits from your workspace will be used. But there is a way to also add other people to help you build your prototype. Okay, and I actually prompted to add the authentication. I did a very narrow prompt, so it's of course asking me additional questions. Do you expect this to store user profiles data such as username, display name, avatar, and so on? Any other user specific, and then once you confirm it, I will create a dedicated notification path. We can just copy this and say yes. And it will create us an authentication method with the sign up page, which we can use. I will show you in a moment if we'll still have time, but we are running. Yes, sorry. Yeah, I was sharing before. I'm sometimes forgetting. So guys, we have still 3 minutes left. If you would like to ask a question, that would be the last moment. If not, I am really excited to have this session together run with Mona for you all. I hope it was interesting Tuesday morning to start with building apps and Lovable. You got our details. I will share them again. I think I had somewhere my details. I can open. Oh no, if you have the chat messages, maybe you can share the last message with our contacts.
Yeah.
No, I found it also. Okay. So in the last message, we are sharing our emails, and you also have our LinkedIn. So please reach out if you are building something. Share with us what you built. I always like to have feedback from people, what they actually use it for. I learn a lot through actually getting the feedback. What are the good applications or Lovable? What are not the best application, and in which cases actually people move to Replit instead of Lovable, for example, because Lovable was not just cutting it for them anymore. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Mona.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining you all.
So much, Kasia. A wonderful tutorial. And thank you everybody for joining us today at Stream 2 at DSC DACH 25. So we are scheduled for a short 15-minute break before resuming with Christian Nuntasgupta's Responsible AI Model session. Again, we are taking a short 15-minute break and then resuming.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next session, and see you live in Vienna tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.